I'm not ready.
You're not ready. Because you're not Batman. Okay. So let's get back in here. Before we begin with the recap, I want to show you some new additions that I've made. And of course, I will seek your approval to the Vital Krayt.
I don't approve.
So here's the upper level, right? First we have the loading and cargo area. This is where, by the way, this is where your new pod racer would be, somewhere in this area. And this is where the Ewok troop, which, speaking of which, I also got them individual pictures.
Hey.
Here's old Walkie. And then you have his three sons, Grip, Snip, and Pip.
Alright.
They spend most of their time in this area. And then over here we have the rec area. This is where your holo projector is, where you get your snacks, where the couch is. K3 spends a decent amount of time over here. Also, I found individual pictures for the two Felucians. Here's the blue
Nice.
one. Here's the red one.
Alright.
And don't worry, I still have the original.
Sweet.
And then over here we have the med bay. You got a bed here, a bed here.
You mean bed bay?
Bed bay.
Not med bay.
I'll explain what this
Bed bay.
I'll explain what this is later.
That's a couch.
It's a couch. Over here is the armory and supplies compartment. This is what HK guards most of the time.
Cool.
And then here's the actual cockpit. Here's the here's the panel, and here's where the two seats would be that you guys sit in most of the time. Over here we have the entrance to the lower level stairway, and here's the lower level. We have an escape. We have an escape pod here, escape pod here, in case of emergency. And then right here you have the vault, where you guys store your money and whatnot. That's guarded by yours truly.
Maggie.
Maggie. And then we have 4 cabins. The Felucians have a cabin. Ghostte, your cabin is right next to them. And then on this side, we have your cabin, Bango. And your next door neighbor is Moose.
That's not how you spell moose.
Well, that's how you spell this, Moose.
Alright.
I like how my neighbors are the Felucians and your neighbor is Moose.
I thought you'd like that. And of course, in your cabins, you guys can decide. I mean, with the amount of space that you have, it's 15 by 20. You guys can decide what kind of personal belongings and whatnot you keep in there. And then, of course, you have a 10 by 10 brig in case you ever decide you want to have prisoners. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
Moose.
Okay, where's Moose?
I'm not staying in there.
I'm staying in there.
I'm staying in there.
And then last but not least, the bathroom.
I can just imagine Moose, like, that one time he decides to, like, argue back, and he's like, immediately he's like, nah, I'm sorry, boss. I didn't mean it. I can't argue with you. I'll go in the brig.
He just gives in, goes in the brig, puts himself in the brig.
You know what? You're probably right.
Probably right.
So yeah, that's the 2 levels in a nutshell. I hope you guys are okay with that. That way it's now more than just a box.
Yeah.
Can you just go back to the old way?
The what?
Can you just go back to the old way?
What do you mean? Where it's just a box?
Yeah.
No.
The ship is kind of a box,
No.
though.
Well, it is, but I mean, now it has stuff in it.
So it's just basically a giant PlayStation 2.
Oh gosh. See, the PlayStation 2 is just a PlayStation stacked on top of a PlayStation.
That's right.
Okay, well, now that we got that out of the way, we'll begin with the recap. Actually, you know what, Ghost, you give the recap, since you caused things to happen.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Once upon a time. Well, everything was going fine
Here we go.
until Bango
Oh no, Bango!
decided to cause mayhem. And,
Bango! Yeah.
Go on.
from what I remember, we, I can't, it's a little fuzzy, but we weren't going to be getting paid up front or something like that. Or we weren't going to get paid as much as we asked for.
Yeah, you asked for 3,000 per container. The original deal was 2,500 per container, and you're like, no, we're getting 3,000. And before Blaze could give you his answer, you hung up on him.
Oh yeah.
And that's when the Weequay technician core came and was like, hey, I'm just the messenger, but Blaze said he couldn't get 3,000, but he got 2,700, so that's better than nothing. And then when he loaded all of the credit containers onto the ship, he misplaced his own container.
Ghost tried to take it.
Yeah, you tried to take it. He asked politely and everything, and you just stabbed him. So that quite promptly started a fight.
His ghost needed more of an allowance.
So Ghost, you fended off the security guards while Bango took after Core. Unfortunately, Core was able to get away, at least from what you can tell, and from what Bango told you.
He ain't on shit.
Yeah, Bango.
You even tried to get Rosie to find him, and she didn't have any luck.
You know how that went.
But
I think Bango let him go.
Well,
I didn't let him go.
You went after him. So.
Technically, the dice did. The dice kind of like let him escape.
Yeah, blame the initiative because
You
he rolled
snuck off to go look after him, but once you finally got him, you like, hey, just go. It'll be okay.
Nope. It's not how that went. I can't control the DM.
Well, Core did roll a nat 20 for initiative, and the guards did too, so that didn't help. The point is, he got away, and as Bango, as he felled the last guy, he activated a security beacon for Hangar 12. The hangar started to lock down. You guys immediately jumped into your ship, the two Felucians piloting the Swift Nexu. You agreed to meet on Tatooine. As you got there, you landed in a small settlement known as Mos Trigo. You guys stepped out of your ship. You're in Mos Trigo Hangar 14. It's by then that you were approached by this guy. He introduced himself as Dreison. Seems to be in a formal naval uniform. And from what he said to you, it seemed like he was expecting your arrival. We were beginning to think you were not coming. But nonetheless, we have been expecting you. I am Commodore Dreison. Welcome to Tatooine.
I goes kill him.
I kind of look at Bango like, just like with a raised brow, but I don't say anything just yet.
Okay.
And as Ghost is looking at me, I calmly say, maybe let me do the talking this time.
It's at this moment when you say that, you just see me reclass my weapon back to me.
Jeez. Alright. I don't think we should tell this guy that we're kind of on the run. We're kind of ran away. You know? Let's see now. Thank you.
I'm just like talking out loud right now.
Well, let me see. What do we want to tell him?
No,
What do we want him to know and not know?
Okay, anyway. I look at Commodore? Commodore! And say, Commodore, I am Bango Shett. You said you were expecting us. Why?
Oh yes, I figured that is who you were. Bango Shett. I've heard much about you, though I have not officially met you until this moment. But yes, it is good that you've come. We have been expecting your arrival for quite some time, you especially. We have much business to attend to.
Well, enough of the formalities. Where should we conduct this business?
Oh, well, no need to rush things. You've only just arrived. And if I may say so, kind of looking behind you to your ship is in need of, shall we say, some upgrades. And this would be the place to do it.
Upgrades. Are you talking weaponry, scouting, tech, shields?
Well, anything you can imagine, as long as you have the funds for it.
One moment. I kind of turn to Ghost and kind of turn his shoulder, like as if we're to face our ship, kind of.
Oh, okay.
I can what I'm talking about?
I can actually do that.
Like a little private talk here.
Yeah. Like that.
Ghost, I gotta be honest, I have no idea who this is, or what he's plotting. However, if it means to making our ship stronger or faster, considering we are kind of on the run, perhaps he could help us.
As we agreed, you'll do the talking. For now.
Let's see what he has to offer. But I think we should keep our guard up.
The slightest move and he's dead.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Okay, I turn back to Commodore.
The Commodore. Okay.
Show us what ship upgrades you have to offer.
Please?
Please? So, what he does is he pulls out like a, instead of a data pad, he pulls like from one of his shirt pockets.
I shoot him.
Oh!
No.
He pulls out like it's about the size of this phone, but it's almost completely transparent.
Okay.
Like, it looks like a clear piece of like plexiglass.
Yeah, okay.
But then he begins to tap on it, and you see the screen begin to illuminate. It makes its own little holo projection. And he just siphons through lists of different ship upgrades, such as cannons, ion torpedoes, even an upgraded hyperdrive. You know, anything you can imagine, really.
Let's see. I see you have quite the collection, quite the means for upgrading a ship. Though, Tatooine doesn't really look like the manufacturing type.
Well, looks can be deceiving. After all, the native Jawas are quite... After all, the native Jawas, for instance, are quite handy with technology.
Yes, I'm aware of their technological advances and their savviness. For now, we will hold off on ship upgrades. I would really like to know why we were expected by people we don't know.
Very well. Then I shall say this. He kind of wipes his brow. And he just continues.
It's hot as shit outside. No.
Yes, indeed. I say this heat wave is quite taxing. Perhaps we could conversate in a more comfortable setting this evening when the sun set. I'll be waiting for you at the Black Melon. We shall reconvene there.
The Black Melon?
The Black Melon.
Okay.
But until then, so he takes his... This device is more or less known as like a hand terminal.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it as if to make like a... you've seen this before. He's basically asking to exchange contact information. The way you can do that is he can tap his terminal to your data pad.
Mm-hmm.
That way he can contact you if need be.
Okay. Alright. Is there a particular time he's expecting us?
He said when the sun's set.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
And right now it's probably close to, I'd say, high noon.
Yeah. Alright. And I say, we will see you then. Then I turn to go back onto the ship. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do the boop boop of the arm. I say to Ghost, let's have a discussion. As I walk back towards the ship.
Alright. So we'll say Commodore Dreison takes his leave.
Commodore!
And you guys, where in particular do you want to meet on the ship?
The boudoir.
The boudoir. As Bango makes his way back onto the ship, you see another figure, or should I say two figures, making their way down the ramp. Moose has saddled up his new pet, and he is eventually makes his way about right here, like right next to you.
Where do you think you're going?
Home sweet home. I can't remember the last time I laid my goggles upon this place. Hey boss, you looking to do some shopping? Huh? I know a few hot spots.
What exactly is what exactly is it that you're hoping to find?
Oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe some ice cream for me and little Rosie. You know, maybe some new shoes. I don't know. This planet's full of surprises.
So is Bango still like waiting on me to come join the conversation?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, nothing is as full of surprises as you, boss. I mean, don't take that the wrong way. But this place it has its surprises too. It's my home planet, you know. So,
you know. So do you have family here?
sadly, no. It's just me. My family, they kind of sold me off. You know, you're not the first owner I've had. Well, technically, I'm more of a companion, but, you know...
It's at this point I walk in the ship.
Like I said, we'll talk about it later. You know, that makes sense to me.
So he's still yammering as you're already halfway up the ramp. So we'll have them make their exit. Put them up here for now.
I'm just picturing him like still going on about it as he's like walking away from the ship.
So Ghost, there's two other figures that you pass by. First, of course, is C340, and he's just kind of talking to, you know, our old pal right here, and he just says, although I have not spent much time on this planet, I do say it is a good business opportunity. I'm curious to see what they have to offer. Come along, good walkie.
Okay. I'm on you. You boys stay here and be good. Or HK will blast your paws off.
Blast your ass.
The youngest Ewok, Pip, he just says, "Yup, yup."
All right.
All right. So, moving along, you guys reconvene around the circular couch by the hollow terminal, where K3 is at his usual post. Good old astromech droid. So yeah, here we go.
All right.
Just to set up the kind of some imagery, K3 is displaying through the hollow projector just like a global map of the planet, basically, as a means of like surveillance.
Okay. Do we have cameras on our ship?
As a matter of fact, you do not.
I don't think so.
And the ones that were on the Swift Nexu, you destroyed.
Yeah, we
so
blasted down. That was kind of my thought. You know, the guy said ship upgrades, and I'm like, well, I don't know if we need to be fast, because I don't know who we're running from. I don't know if we need to be strong and powerful, who we fighting. But what that last ship had that I had a feeling we didn't have is cameras. Anybody can walk on this ship, and we'd never know. So, I turn to Ghost and I say, now, like I said before, I have no idea who these people are, whether they're friend or foe. However, they do have a good opportunity for upgrades. I think this ship could use some cameras, some way of surveilling the area. At this rate, anyone could walk on or off. We'd never know. Sort of like the Swift Nexu, but perhaps we can make them strong enough to withstand a few blaster shots, or in our case, electricity. What do you think?
Not a bad idea. I'm not too fond of what I might see Moose doing on camera whenever he thinks he's alone.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a way to monitor the cameras, turn them on and off. And of course, we could easily... yeah, you have a point. I don't have a way around that.
As you say that, Bango, you hear K3 actually pipe up. He, speaks in astromech binary, but you guys are able to understand it. Through his through his many beeps and boops, he pretty much tells you that from the terminal here, he can monitor. Basically, he's like the control. He'd be like the control room, or this would be like the control room, and he could visualize it all. By connecting his system socket, he could switch between cameras. You know, kind of picture like Five Nights at Freddy's, for example.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
That's how he would operate it.
Makes sense.
And he can switch cameras on and off. He can switch between views.
Yeah.
Through some degree, he may even be able to monitor several at once. So.
Okay. So there's your solution, Ghost. You don't always have to look at Moose's camera.
Sounds good to me. Just take some funds from the ship account and go buy what you need.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Will you be joining me?
I'll follow close behind, but I'm also going to scout the area. I don't trust this planet.
Your intuition is probably correct. I don't know who these people are. Sounds good to me. HK. I radio into him.
You don't hear a response, but you just hear his servos whirring as he walks up to you.
Oh yeah, this is just a couch. This isn't its own separate room.
Right.
Okay. HK for now. Wait here on the ship. Stand guard. If anyone becomes hostile or looks suspicious, give them fair warning before engaging, but only engage if necessary.
Pussy!
Pussy!
Understood.
With that, he turns around, goes back to his post. Good enough.
I thought we were gonna sell that Swift Neck Sioux.
We were, but shit went down.
No, I'm just making sure it's still the plan. We could also try selling it here.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
But
Easily to some Jawas.
yeah, right. So, alright, cool. With that, the sun's setting. I guess I'm gonna go meet up with. I think it's time to go meet up with Duke Nukem.
Who?
You still have a little time. We'll say you guys run back into Moose, and he's conversating with several of his own kind, actually. I'll go ahead and spawn them. So this is like in another part of the town. Let me set this up here. You see Moose talking to 4 other Jawas who are quite a bit smaller than he is. And you guys begin to walk up to him to get your pieces. So you guys kind of walk up to him. Ghost, from what you said, you're trailing a little bit behind from Bango. And as you begin to walk up to him, Moose notices you, and what does he say?
Hey, boss! Hey, we're back! Well, I'm back, and Rosie's back. But I found some boys, and they're looking for a ship. You got one? Sounds like we found our Jawas.
One of them says.
Bango, do you mind going and conducting business with these gentlemen?
Sure. Shouldn't take me long.
I look at Moose, and I don't say a word, but I kind of just give him the, like, with my head kind of lowered, because I have my hood on right now, so my face isn't very visible.
Yeah.
But with my head lowered, I kind of give him the...
Oh wait, I can't see.
No. I don't move.
Oh, you don't? Oh, my bad. I thought you said you came up.
No, I look at him and I tell him to come to me.
Okay.
While Bango goes forward and conducts business.
With the Jawas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
All right. So here's you and Moose.
So,
You guys go with this giant, darkish fella here. I gotta talk to my boss, but he'll talk to you about your ship.
before Moose finishes that sentence, he starts to feel it harder and harder to speak, like somebody's grabbing his throat.
You guys go ahead without me, and I'll just hang here. What gives?
It's at this time I use force pull, and I slowly pull him towards me further and further,
Okay.
and I lift him up to where he's eyeball to eyeball with me.
Okay.
And I say, no one, and I repeat, no one here is to know that we are affiliated and I am your boss. Understood.
Yeah, sure thing, boss. I mean, sure thing, mister. I mean, sir, I mean... yeah, pretty much.
Slowly, and I gently lower him down to the ground.
You could have just asked.
So with that
I
one...
place my
Oh, go ahead.
hand on his head, and then I slowly walk back to the other Jawas as we continue to conduct business.
Okay. We'll say you go kind of right here. Moose kind of keeping his distance.
Now, wise guy, I show him.
Hey, I can't stay mad at him for it.
Nah, I can't stay mad at him. He's fine. He's a good guy. Even though he straight up murdered 2 or 3 people before we got here, but you know.
Just misunderstood is all.
He's just misunderstood. Oh my gosh.
So as Ghost, as you're walking back, you see Bango talking to these Jawas, and you kind of catch the tail end of what this one is saying. Just kind of a, I don't know if you know Jawa'ese, but it just kind of sounds like, you know, Jawa chatter. You know, something like that.
Am I translating?
I don't know. Do you speak Jawa?
Well, I mean,
You probably understand like certain words, but because you've spent enough time with Moose, but
it's Galactic Basic.
we'll say you.
Herglic. I don't know
We'll
if
say
that's
you.
considered Galactic Basic.
We'll say you understand like a few certain words or phrases, but you're not necessarily fluent with the language. However, you know someone that is.
Yeah. So, you're interested in a ship, huh?
So you're interested in this ship, huh?
Right. here. My jaw was a little shy.
As you say that, all four of them just start kind of laughing.
Oh, well, they can understand me. Of course they can.
Ah, don't worry about it, boss. I'll help you out. I know a little bit of Jawa myself.
A little bit. You are a Jawa.
Okay. As soon as he says boss again,
Oh, God.
I force push him as far as I possibly can.
Okay, so
I go fucking just send him.
the last thing that Moose hears is, "What do you mean you speak a little?" And then
We have this ship. We won't accept anything less than. Hold on, I gotta see what a good price would be. I don't know how much ships go for.
A couple thousand.
couple thousand. Well, Moose would have told you if you'd let him finish.
A couple tubs of ice cream.
He called us his bosses again.
Oh yeah.
You said I couldn't call you boss. You didn't say anything about Bango. You're the one who choked Moose. Bango didn't choke him. So yes, he called Bango boss. And then you just launched him.
What kind of ship do we have that we're trying to sell?
You have like a medium-sized ship. They run in anywhere from the tens of thousands to I think almost 100,000. But it depends on the size of the ship and the quality and so forth.
We're not accepting anything less than 50,000 credits.
50,000, no less. Bango, do you think this sounds reasonable?
That's right. Nothing less than 50,000.
Okay, so Ghost, I'm gonna have you roll for persuasion with advantage since Bango is helping you. Essentially, he's taking the help action.
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay, and that was your best result? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. So, Jawas, they love technology, right? But the thing that's perhaps coveted by them the most is an actual ship. Because, I mean, think about it. They have things like sand crawlers. On occasion, they have speeders. And just like Moose, sometimes they even get employed to work as part of the crew of a ship, but very rarely do they ever actually have their own. Like, they own their own ship. So, this one, the one that's closest to you, he kind of turns to his companions. They kind of chatter a bit. They nod, and then he turns to you, and kind of looking up at you because you know he's a Jawa, he's short. He hands you, well, it wouldn't be a camtono, but it would actually be like a, we'll say a pouch, a Ronto leather pouch, containing 50,000 wapiupi.
Wapiupi?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Well, you pay?
Why you pay?
Oh, Lord. Do you accept this offer, Ghost?
Yeah, I accept it.
Alright, you accept it. And they just exclaim happily, and they start going in single file. They go in single file like this. Moose is slowly making his way back. He gets to about right here. And as the Jawas are walking away, they just kind of in unison are just kind of singing, yep, yep, yeah, yep, yep, yeah. You know, because they're happy. They just got a ship.
Hey, where you guys going?
Hey, Subata, what's your BD?
What do you mean you already bought the ship? You bought the ship for 50,000 credits? By my friends? They sold it to you, huh?
He just points to Ghost and he just goes,
Oh, that's boorish. That's boorish. I like to call him. That's his nickname. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, enjoy your ship. I'll see you around. I'll be here for a few days. I have a feeling.
With that, the Jawa at the end of the line just goes, ho, 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 and they make their way to the Swift-neck Sioux. Not long...
As Moose approaches, I kind of pull him in, like, with one arm, and I say, nothing personal, Moose.
Nothing personal, Moose. You could have just told me to be quiet.
I then hand Moose 2,000 of the credits that we just took.
Oh. All right.
And I say, for your troubles.
Ha! If I known you was gonna pay me for getting launched, I'd have you send me to space. Moose just kind of walks back to the ship.
All right.
Come on, Rosie.
Rosie comes on. So as they make their way back onto the ship, you kind of look back behind you. This time the four Jawas are speaking to two familiar faces. They kind of talk for a second.
Uh-oh.
The blue one just kind of points to the ship, like as if to say, "Oh, you mean this is yours now?" This one nods pretty excitedly. They look at each other and they both kind of shrug. And they let them get on. Not even a minute later, the ship takes off.
What else is on the ship?
Huh?
What's on the ship?
On what ship?
Oh wait.
On the ship we just sold.
No. Oh wait. That's our second level.
Yeah, this.
I'm sorry.
So this is technically not here. It's just.
No.
I was thinking the same thing, Chris. I was like, no!
I was like, wait, who else is on the ship? They just left. Okay, never mind.
I was about to kill those pollutions.
That's all I was worried about.
Here, you can have it.
Shit. All right, bye. Sorry, we sold you too. Okay, cool.
So, here's the Felucians if you want to say anything to them.
We sold the Swift-neck Sioux to the Jawas.
This one, Maya just says, we kind of figured.
Yeah, I guess we could have said something. We were... As I'm looking in the direction where Moose was launched, you can kind of see the crater of which he landed. We were occupied.
Ada just says, speaking of Jawas, we thought we heard our own Jawa. Did something happen to him?
You could say that. He was translating for me.
They just start kind of snickering.
Anyway, he's back on the ship now. He's fine.
Well, that's good to hear. Anyways, I'm sure we're gonna be here for a little while. Is there anything in particular you want us to do?
Set the ship for light speed. I'm just kidding.
I was like, we're leaving.
Yes, it might be quite some time while we're here, so enjoy your time while you can. We'll be in touch if we need you.
With that, Ada just says, "Oh, all right then. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some healing paths." And then
Take this with you. Don't spend it. Don't spend it at all at one place. And I give each of them 4,000 credits.
Okay, 4,000 each.
Yeah.
Okay. Ada just kind of teasingly says, "Oh, you really do care."
That's gross.
Maya just says, "Tell me about it."
Well, you can give it back.
Fine, dick.
So they kind of make their way as Ada passes you, Ghost, unless you're resisting. She just once again kind of teasingly says to you, "Try not to get in too much trouble." And then she kind of just pecks you on the cheek.
Both cheeks right here.
Oh gosh.
Kiss Maya.
Alright, so the two Felucians, they're gonna go find a healing bath or something. Old Walkie is shopping with C340, or not, yeah, that's right. Old Walkie is shopping with C340, Moose and Rosie are back on the ship, HK still standing guard. We can go ahead and fast forward this if you guys are okay with that.
No.
Oh. So anyway, all right. So it's at this point that dusk is approaching. The first of the two suns. I believe they're named Tattoo 1 and Tattoo 2. One of them is now touching the horizon, beckoning the approach of dusk. It's at this point that you approach a quaint little establishment. It's pretty much that of a cantina, with a sign in Arabic that says the Black Melon. I'll just draw it really quick.
Black Melon?
The Black Melon.
The Black Melon.
I am Melon Lord.
Alright, for sake of time, I'm not going to draw all the tables, but I will draw the one that your supposed new contact is sitting at. He seems to be enjoying a fine drink. We'll say over here there's a bit of a stage area where some cantina players, the Biffs, are playing.
Biffs?
There's different waiters and waitresses of different species walking around. You know, it's a typical cantina atmosphere. Of course, there's no droids, except for the server droids, because, you know, they don't serve their kind. But as you guys walk in, it doesn't take long for Commodore Dreison to notice you, and he kind of just looks your way and kind of waves you over.
I just quietly walk in.
Yeah.
So we kind of position you guys around the table. Put Ghost right here. Bango right here. Bango! Finish it off!
It's not fun.
I know. Okay. So you guys are officially meeting with Commodore Dreison. He just simply starts off with saying, "Ah, good. I knew you would make it."
Oh yeah, sorry.
Is this you thinking out, talking out loud again?
No, I'm
Let me think of what to say to you.
think of what to say to you. It's quite the establishment you have here.
Oh, well, it's not mine, but I am a frequent visitor on my off-duty.
Oh, you seem like the kind that would own a place like this.
Well, perhaps one day I will be able to enjoy such a thing in my retirement. But until then, I am still a man of service.
I see. But then do tell, what service can you provide for us in our ship? We will pay.
So, Dreison just says, in business it is. Waiter droid, bring these two gentlemen a drink.
Yes.
That's
Bring them what?
Bring these two gentlemen a drink, and they just go, okay.
Okay.
That's it. Just okay. So, a minute or two passes, they bring their drinks. They bring your drinks. And Dreison continues by refilling his own and saying, we've heard much about you. Rumor has it you've served as Anthems for the past 9 months. I've heard that you've pulled off such heists as salvaging Bactopods from Deveronian mercenaries and, perhaps most significant, harvesting a rare hyperfuel. In other words, the coaxium.
I stand up and say, you've got the wrong people. And I begin to walk away.
Okay. Bango, do you stay or do you go?
Should I tell you? Let's think. What makes you think that we were once Anthems? Quite frankly, I'm not sure what an Anthem is.
Roll for deception.
Shit.
Shit.
Oh. Ha! That was an accident.
Oh, wow. 18, huh?
Oh,
Do
wow.
I get to add anything to
It's
that
a-
dexterity? Or?
What's your... Let's see.
Big boy roll.
What are you doing?
It's fine.
It's
You
fine.
add deception to it, dimwit.
Okay, skills. Are you proficient in...
Yeah, it says right there.
Okay, well,
Expertise.
in intimidation.
Oh.
So that is a 19. What I'm going to do, I didn't think I'd have to pull up his stats, but he actually has them.
Of course he does. He's stupid.
Oh wait, that's the wrong. Don't look.
I'm not looking. I'm
Okay.
not looking.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh. Okay, he is going to make an insight check to contest that 19.
I bet he is.
you gonna make it.
Ah, who'd you kill?
Okay, so that's a natural 16. 17. Uh-oh.
That's horse crap. Why does he have like a freaking stupid amount of multiplier, but mine's like 0.3? or fucking
I mean, he
proficiency.
is an officer, so.
Of course he's an officer, yeah, and I'm a giant whale man.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
Oh well.
Nice.
so kind of confused at first, he kind of just says, "Are you sure? I could have swore I heard." Ah, I see. Kind of looking behind him, he kind of leans in closer to you and says, "You have nothing to fear here. You're in the Master's territory."
I stop and I turn back around.
Okay, so
Oh.
we'll
And
say you get about 10 feet and then you stop, and then you slowly turn around.
I stand up immediately.
Okay.
I go to
What
walk off.
master do you serve?
I go to walk off.
You go to walk off.
I go to leave.
You're not staying at all?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll say you get to about right here after Ghost says that. As you begin to walk away, Dreison goes, wait, I thought you knew, Bango. Wait, did you not receive the... Oh, could I have been such a fool? We sent you a transmission. Did you not receive it?
Did you not receive the transmission, Bango? You stupid!
So, Bango, I'm going to let you decide. You either didn't receive it and know nothing about it, or actually, roll a lore check.
Oh, whore.
If you didn't check the mailbox, I'm gonna be pissed.
I said I lost the key. Hip. Of course.
Wait,
Of course.
it's not terrible.
I know. I'll be honest, like
Way to
from
go, Chris.
that distance, I can't always see what number it is.
So, I'll let you have it. We'll say this.
Happy Andy Cabot.
You remember receiving a mysterious transmission a while back, but you didn't open it. I mean, if that's okay with you, I would say you
That's fine by me.
didn't open it.
I don't know any transmission
open
to
it.
speak of. And I continue walking.
Okay. You get another 5 feet. He's going to try one final time, and he's going to say, Bango, we are offering you safe haven here. If I were you, I would not throw that away.
What makes you think I require safe haven?
Perhaps you don't, but at least hear what I have to say. Your friend here, after all, seems interested.
You may conduct business how you see fit with my companion. I have no use for this place.
Bango,
I stop.
don't be a fool. Play the transmission. Let's see what we're dealing with first.
Do you have it?
I don't have it on me, no.
Oh, you left it on your tablet?
You left it on your tablet.
No, since I'm kind of just now learning I have a transmission.
I'm playing with your
No, I know.
backstory.
It is on. It's on the ship. It's a transmission on the ship. I mean, can a galactical wide transmission show up to my little hand wrist? I figured it'd need to.
Yeah, you could sync your data pad to your ship's terminal.
Okay, well, for this purpose, no. Even if I do have it on me.
Okay.
Even if I do, I say no. It's on the ship. That the transmission is on the ship. And I'm not saying this aloud, but I'm like, I don't have any transmission on me. I'm not lying, technically.
You're not lying. Ghost, do you have any response to this?
I look back to the people and I say, it seems my friend is uninterested. If you can't confess any further information, I'm afraid we'll have to make our leave.
If I may say so, I'm not getting much of a chance to reveal said information.
Speak now, or we walk.
I keep walking.
Alright.
You can...
Bango, are you making your exit totally?
I am making my exit.
Very well. Ghost, are you going back to the table?
I haven't moved yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for him to fucking just say whatever he said on the transmission.
Well, I mean, Bango's the one with it, and he's essentially refusing to show it, so...
No, but I'm asking him to just go ahead and tell us what he said on the transmission.
Okay. Again, the Commodore just says, well, it's not what I said, but rather the words of the Master.
Chris, you gotta play it!
Bango, I will say you're making this challenging. But it's ultimately your decision.
Hold on, this is all happening so fast, okay? Hold on.
May I just say...
No!
Okay.
Hold on. It's all happening so fast. I don't know if I should just keep walking or if I should kill the guy.
I have an idea. You're pondering your decisions as you stand outside the establishment.
Okay, cool.
You realize what you've done?
What?
Excuse my friend here. He's a little slow.
No. Sorry.
The town is that way.
I know what you're talking about. I know that quote.
Come on!
Alright, I turn back and I go to walk back to the table.
Okay, so we'll say this. Feeling conflicted, Bango, you're a fugitive now. Mostly thanks to Ghost, but nonetheless, you did take part in that.
Yeah.
I would have got away with it.
Despite your inner conflict, you begin to realize that your options are limited. It may not be long before people begin to start looking for you. And he's offering protection, so you may not like it, but this may be your best chance at this current moment.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. Yeah, I start walking back to the table.
Before you do that,
Shett.
just remember that the transmission is from... You would have to get it from the ship. The way you can do that is you can contact K3 to forward the message to your data pad.
And you have to do it nicely.
K3, wire me the transmission at which I have yet to open. I go to play the transmission.
Playing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn time.
Before you make make a decision, Ghost. You should hear this.
Alright. So this is
Play it.
playing it. No take backsies.
No take backsies.
Okay.
Roll the footage.
Roll credits. So, Bango, you type in the link to the message. And though probably somewhat hesitant, you press play. You see a holo recording pop up. Ghost, you see this as well. And what you see on the image, Ghost, you've not seen this before. But you have. Or rather, the person in this image. The message begins with this.
Lord Hydrox, as you know, I am Darth Benix, one of the 12 Dark Masters you served not long ago. Also, not long ago, you served as the executioner of the Dark Council. I was there during your final trial. I understand your conflict, and I am willing to offer you safe haven in exchange for your services. Should you choose to accept, gather your belongings and meet with me on Tatooine. I will be waiting. May our paths cross again.
Lord?
There's a reason why I tried leaving. This is causing unwanted attention.
Immediately rush to Bango and attempt to put my hand around his throat.
Okay.
I'm 500 pounds.
What are you
What are
doing?
you doing? Well, I resist. Say no. I prevent him from doing so, I guess.
Ghost, what exactly are you trying to like do damage or what?
No, I'm just trying to basically like a frantic thing. Like I go up to him and I grab him like by his throat, not trying to choke him, but more of like,
More like this?
you mean?
Like this? Like
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like
Okay. Okay, never mind then. I thought, well, now you're gonna kill me?
that. No. I'm not trying to hurt you,
Okay,
but I go up and I grab him like that, and I'm like, you mean to tell me that you've been dealing with a Sith this whole time?
I no longer deal. I don't deal with a Sith. I am a Sith. Oh well. I once was.
So not only are these people looking for us, but now the Sith know of both you and I? What are we doing, Harry?
Now you understand why. I really wish you hadn't have caused us so big of a scene back before we left.
Well, if only I knew.
The less people that know of my existence and my true nature, the less it is for them to find me.
And so you thought you'd put me in danger along with you?
Well, I mean, I kind of like you, so.
Hold on, kids. Mommy and Daddy are having a discussion.
If I may shed some light on the situation, Because, by the way, he's witnessed this whole thing. He didn't exactly go anywhere. The master, or now that the cat's out of the bag, Lord Bannox, he is not trying to hunt you. He's trying to help you. Of course, for a certain price. And I do not mean money.
What's that?
Well, I do not mean money. He wishes to offer you housing, safe haven, and even training in exchange for your services.
Services does he require?
Well, that is for him to discuss with the two of you, should you accept his invitation.
You say master as if you've known him. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Quite the contrary, my friend. I have served the Empire for the past 28 years. I have risen through the ranks, though I may not hear the call of your power. I do nonetheless respect it and revere it. And I respect those that use it, who also utilize the services of those who don't, such as myself.
Your ranks are as equal as the dirt that I walk on. They will never be nothing more. And your master will never see you as anything more. You're wasting your life, and your time, and mine as well.
Well, I certainly don't feel the same. But then again, the master is... he's not typical for his kind. Bango, I need you to roll me another lore check. And I hope you roll high.
Oh God.
Because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.
Oh, you got the
Do it with advantage. I'm gonna be nice.
Well, that's nice of you.
Let's see that. Was it 3?
Good?
Come on,
God.
Bango.
I'm not good at rolling dice, alright?
You can do it. Oh!
Is that what What the hell is going on?
You know,
Maybe I was gonna do some baby rolls from now on.
you know what? I'm gonna take pity.
This is your call.
I'm taking pity.
This is your call.
Let me see the mouse. You've rolled very low. Matter of fact, is this the lowest
Let
you've rolled?
Ghost roll. Ghost is smarter than Bango by a mile.
I think this is the lowest you've rolled, like, out of all our sessions. But I know how that feels, so I'm gonna take pity.
Right now, Ghost is not in a happy place.
Okay.
Well, hell, neither is Bango.
Ghost,
Yeah, but Ghost has no reason to trust you right now.
That's true.
Ghost, do excuse us, but I am gonna deafen for just a second. We will be right back.
Well, okay.
Okay. So, Bango. This is just between you and me. So, the words the master is not typical for his kind. Those words kind of resonate, because looking back, actually I have it written down. Oh, I thought I did. Okay, here it is. So you look back to your time serving as the executioner for the Dark Council, as Lord Hydrox. Not Darth. You hadn't reached that level yet. But you were about to, for this was your final test. During the trial by combat, you defeated your opponent. However, at the end of the duel, you failed to finish him for your own personal reasons. Appalled by your act of mercy, a member of the council Darth Cinder shouted, "Slaughter him." You called your mount to you. I'll let you decide what that is.
My mount?
Yeah, you had a mount. We'll say you had a mount, as in something to ride.
Oh, okay.
You called your mount to you, and you made your escape, evading the Dark Counselors and felling multiple lower-ranking Sith warriors along the way. While racing along a cliffside, you suddenly became blindsided as Darth Kaiju unleashed a ball of lightning in your direction. Your beast lost their footing, and you took a violent tumble down the cliff, losing both your animal companion and your lightsaber in the process. Afterwards, the Dark Council left, believing you to be dead. Only one, however, made no effort to take your life. He remained in his seat, and that was, of course, the Master, Darth Bannings. And one more small detail. There are 12 members of the Dark Council, but 2 of them were missing. So, 2 of them were missing, and only 1 did not act. Meaning, out of the 12, only 9 attempted to take your life. You can make of this information what you will. Okay, Ghost, we're back.
Why?
I had to go over something with Bingo.
No.
He just starts crying.
I turned to Ghost. I'd look at him more so. If you wish to discuss things further, here is not the place. Not in front of this lowlife. Looking at the Commodore.
That's just his response.
You got me.
I let go of Bango's shirt or whatever, and I say, I see 2 lives right now that mean nothing to me, and I began to walk out.
All right.
I follow.
What? You just gonna follow me?
Yep. I have no use to talk to the Commodore. As you
But I
can.
don't want to talk to you.
Well, I gotta convince you somehow.
Leave me alone.
Oh, come on. Come back. Go
I
back.
don't even know who you are.
Ah, you don't mean that.
I don't know you anymore. I thought I knew you.
We shared bunk beds.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
We took a bubble bath together.
Oh gosh.
I meant
That you blew with your blowhole.
Oh no. You don't say that out loud.
So we'll
You know
say
I'm
we'll say
sensitive
this.
about my blowhole.
We'll say this as you're walking out.
His blowhole's an Audi.
Oh god.
Oh God! As you're walking out, the Commodore says one thing as you're walking away. One final thing, he just says, "Consider our offer. It is not one to be lightly thrown aside. Do not take this opportunity for granted." As you guys walk out. We'll say we'll say Bango, since Ghost is, I guess, angry with you, at least from what I can tell. You're keeping somewhat of a distance, maybe 10, 15 feet from him.
Yeah, I don't want to smell his greasy scalp.
I am going to use an ability of mine.
Okay.
If I can figure out where it went.
There it is.
I'm gonna use Path of Shadows, and I'm basically gonna fucking hide from them.
Okay.
So I guess it's like a turn-based thing.
Okay.
But in other words, I'm like really stealthy.
Okay. We'll say you kind of mix yourself in with the crowd, making it difficult for Bango to see you. That ability enhancing such.
Okay.
So Bango, what are you doing at the moment? Just kind of going for a walk. You could go back to the
You're looking
ship.
for your best friend, and he kind of just disappeared in this crowd.
Oh yeah, you know what?
You don't like me?
Ghost, you've exited the stage, so I'm gonna put you up here for the time being. Right now it's
Okay,
just.
bye.
I'll come back to you, but right now it's just Bango.
Yeah, I just sigh, and then I go back to the ship.
Okay. Go back to the ship. Do you go back to like your cabin or somewhere up on the upper level?
I go back to the ship and I look at all the photos of me and Ghost in our best time.
You're like your hollow album.
Just reminisce on the times we once had.
Oh, the glory days. Why have we grown apart? Alright, Ghost, what would you like to do during this time? Actually, you know what? Let's make this interesting. As you're blending in with the crowd, evading Bango, you run into two familiar faces.
Hey.
And you see C340 and Old Walkie walking in your direction, and he's kind of talking to Old Walkie as he says, "Oh, if I do say so, I believe we worked out quite a good deal. This will come in handy very much in my own professional opinion."
Yeah, we got this for a steal. Well, we bought it. We didn't steal it, but we got it. And it's ours now.
Yes, right. Oh, hello, Master Ghost.
Hey, look who it is.
I keep my pace, and I walk past them,
Okay.
like with my hood over my head,
Okay.
and my head kind of shrunken. And I simply say as I walk past them, "Your services are no longer required."
What?
What does that
No
mean?
longer required, but how can that be? This cannot be happening. Master Ghost, what has gotten into you?
You're just joking.
I keep going.
We bought a Bacta tank and everything, and now you're letting us go?
The soup! Oh, the soup! Yeah, I just keep walking.
But Walkie, I don't know what to do. I have nowhere else to go. Perhaps we should talk to Bango. Yes, Master Bango. Perhaps we'll see how he feels about the situation.
Let's get back to the ship. Something's not right.
I heartily agree with you, Old Walkie. They're making their way back. We'll say, Ghost, you're still kind of walking in the streets of Mos Trigo.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you in just a moment. Bango, you're kind of in your cabin, just kind of keeping to yourself. It's at this point that you hear kind of a metallic,
Go away! No.
I don't want to talk.
What is it?
It is I, Master Bango, and Old Walkie. May we come in?
Sure, why not?
Alright, opening the door and letting them in. The door as the door is sliding shut behind them, you see little Chipper as he just kind of wheels past in the background. Master Bango, we have some most distressing news. Master Ghostte just informed us that our services are no longer required. Is this true?
Stay here on the ship.
Well,
He's like, I don't know.
I don't know,
Well,
maybe.
alright, but I'm conflicted, sir. I mean, I was given one direct order from Master Ghostte, and you're giving me another that's the exact opposite.
For now, stay on the ship. Do not leave. Or your services may very well no longer be needed.
Oh, well, we will do just that, Master Ghostte. We will do just that, Master Ghostte. We will do just...
He's so confused.
Ghostte Bango, your Bango, do forgive me. I've never been fired before. I'm not sure how to take it.
I have a family and kids.
So with that, they kind of make their way out and say, Old Walkie, would you mind giving my servos some much-needed maintenance? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, there it is. He said it.
Oh, yep. Okay. No, I caught that. You're right.
What did Old Walkie say?
Oh, you have a headache.
The closest my kind can have to such, yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Making their way back up to the lower or the upper level. Ghostte, we're cutting back to you in the streets
Alright.
of Mos Trigo.
Pass.
Huh?
Pass.
I can't hear you. What?
Pass.
Pass? Well,
Yeah.
you don't pass go. You don't collect $200.
This game sucks.
So what are you doing current? It's very near nighttime at this point. The streets are getting dark. The buildings are starting to light up to counter the darkness. But you're more or less alone, meandering the streets of this small settlement. Is there anything in particular you would like to do?
We search for the nearest hotel.
Oh, you're not even gonna stay on your ship,
You're not
huh?
gonna stay with me?
No. I quit.
You don't like me?
No. You big old blubber ball.
You don't like me?
I'm picturing you like crying in your room like Pearl from SpongeBob.
Oh gosh. Just blubbering.
I just got that image in my head. Okay, so Ghostte, you're kind of walking the streets of Mos Trigo looking for a tavern or cantina to stay in that's obviously not the Black Melon, because that's where Dreison was. It's at this point that you receive a message on your datapad.
Come back, I love you.
Do you check it?
I'm sorry I was a Sith Lord. I didn't mean it. Yeah.
So
I check it.
oddly enough, it's not a like visual message, but it's the Star Wars equivalent of a text message. You receive it on your data pad. It's words, and it says to you.
WRYD.
It says to you. The words read, "I do not know who you are, but I can sense you're quite powerful. But you are also a bit unrefined. In other words, you need a teacher. I can show you the ways of the Force. Consider my offer."
What's your offer?
I just respond. New hologram. Who dis?
Oh God. Also, Ghost, do you even know like what the Force is? Like, or at the very least, have you heard the word "the Force" before?
I heard rumors.
You've heard rumors? Okay. But you've only very recently discovered that you had this power yourself. Am I right?
Yeah, I definitely don't understand it, but when I use it, I like it.
Okay.
I simply respond. I look forward to our meeting.
Okay.
Ew.
With that, we will jump back to Bango. What are you doing?
I'm playing the drums.
You're playing the drums.
I radio in to Ghosty Goo.
Okay. Ghost, you are receiving what would be a ping from your data pad as someone is attempting to make contact, and you see the name Bango as it's ringing.
Ghost, do you read me?
Hello?
Ghost, come in. Answer the damn phone. Aw, come on. Come on.
I know you hear me.
Well, actually, I don't know if he does or not.
You just start doing like pet talk.
Who's my little good ghost?
Oh God!
Oh no!
Who's my evil ghost? Who likes to kill people for no reason?
Suddenly, I pick up, and all you see is like a silhouette of like a hooded figure of myself, and my eyes are just glowing that bright orange yellow color.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, you're mad. I can see you're mad.
I can see you're mad. Maybe now's not the best time. I will explain anything you want to know. But for us to separate is not a good idea right now. Now that they're here. Come back.
Well, I'm trying to think of how to respond to that.
Okay.
um. You just simply hear my voice say, "Consider this alliance over." And the transmission ends.
And the transmission ends. Wow.
Yeah.
He just needs some space.
I'm sure.
Yes, I don't like this.
I'm sure I'll come around.
Why'd you have to be a Sith Lord?
I was gonna tell you.
A Sith Lord.
Now our characters are having breakup issues. I don't want to leave.
So, there's just this, no pun intended, wailing below deck, and HK, who's at his post, just goes.
He just looks down.
Wait, whenever Chris cries, does he cry out both of his eyes and his blowhole?
No.
Only when he's very, very upset.
His room is flooding.
Oh my god.
And whales use echolocation, so it's vibrating the walls.
So you just hear me.
Tatooine is gonna get its great oceans again.
So Bango, as you're kind of sulking.
Well, I'm sulking, but I'm not wailing that bad.
Yeah, I know. But joking aside,
Okay.
as you're kind of sulking, you feel something kind of tap your ankle. You look down to see little
It's your
Chipper.
penis.
He's doing the equivalent of a cat rubbing up against you, for comfort.
God. With a thermal detonator still attached to him.
With a thermal detonator still attached to him.
Yeah, I sent him in there, and it's just a bomb.
Oh no. Well, I'm not gonna pick it up.
Well, sure.
Because it's a mouse droid.
He's just kind of, in the best possible way that he can, try to comfort you.
I'm surprised I even still have you around. Although, your initial purpose was not this. But I guess it doesn't bother me.
He just goes, "Vrr, vrr, vrr," as if to I don't know, as if to give his approval or something.
Yeah. I radio into the Felucians.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're still out and about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you call them. We'll say it's Maya that picks up initially and says, "Hello, Bango."
Maya. There's a bit of turmoil right now between Ghostte and I. I need you and your sister, your friend, your companion.
They're not sisters.
Well, no, right.
We'll just say your counterpart. How about that?
Alright, we'll go with that. I need you and your counterpart to find Ghostte and somehow bring him back to the ship. If he'll listen to anyone, it's you two.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
'Cause you got boobs.
I'll see what I can do, but Ada's not going to like this. She just got into healing bath. The healing bath. Bath. One of those.
Or didn't happen.
So right as the transmission is ending, you just hear Maya. She looks over in this kind of to her left and says, Ada, don't get too comfortable. We're going to have to leave soon. And then transmission ends. Alright, so we'll kind of fast forward. Ghost, you walk by another cantina. And so, you know how people with long hair, they'll like take a towel and like kind of dry their hair out? Well, you see Ada doing that, but instead with her head tails, her leku.
Let me dry my tentacles.
And she just says, this better be good, Ada. Or, she's Ada. This better be good, Maya. Oh, Ghost. You look tense.
What's the matter?
I just kind of raise my eyes, but I don't say anything.
Okay. With that, Ada just goes, oh, I know that look. Maya, you better go back to the ship. I'll take it from here. With that, she just kind of mutters, whatever you say. And then starts heading in that direction. Alright, you two. So, it's just the two of you now.
Yes, the two of us. Not the two of us. You and I.
I don't know what's wrong, Ghost, but whatever it is there anything I can do to make it better?
I'm gonna give her the same speech. These services are no longer required.
What? Are you firing me? You're really gonna do this right now? She just kind of folds her arms.
If you need more credits to be well off, I'll happily give them to you. But I am no longer needing your services. It's been a pleasure.
I don't know what to say. I feel a little betrayed.
I know the feeling. But it's better this way.
What's that?
I said, I know the feeling, but it's better this way.
Alright. Are you starting to walk away?
Yep.
Alright. So...
as I walk away, I hand her 10,000 credits.
Oh, okay. So subtract that from your inventory, I guess. So as you're walking away, you get about 15 feet from her. She turns around, and she just you just hear from behind you. Let's see if I can position this. Ah! That'll work. You just hear from behind you as she says, "That's it? After all we've been through, just see ya?"
I stop, and I kind of look to my shoulder, not any further past. And next thing she knows is she feels the great force of a choke on her neck, and she begins to lift the ground slowly.
Okay. So Ghost...
And I kind of just hold her there for a good, 5 seconds.
Okay. So Ghost, I will say this, we can do this for the sake of roleplay, but Force Choke is an actual force power. I don't think you're high enough level to have unlocked it yet, so...
Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine, you can still do it, it just won't do any actual damage. It's more for intimidation.
I don't want to use it if I can't. But I will use,
I mean, you've already used it in past sessions, so for sake of continuity...
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It's okay.
I didn't know
We'll just say it's more for now. It's more for intimidation. Matter of fact, roll for intimidation. Oh wait. Oh no, you have rolled dice. My bad.
Let's see here. Intimidation. Can I roll with advantage?
No.
Well, I got a 9.
You got a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of feeling herself levitate, we'll say like like 6 inches off the ground, as you're choking her.
Hey, Cole,
Yeah.
can we say since I don't know this power that and I'm using it, that I'm not intentionally using it?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you did use it on Moose.
Well, we can also say that it wasn't like intentional, like I was just angry.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, in that case, kind of clutching her throat, she just kind of looks your way and just kind of forces out, You know I care about you.
It's at this moment I assume she drops and I just continue to walk away.
Alright. Alright, so, just kind of reluctantly watching you leave. Now we'll transition back to, Ghostte once again. Or not Ghostte, Bango. What'd I do with Maya? Oh, there she is. You hear a somewhat more forceful knock on your door, Bango, and you just hear the voice say, "Open up, Bango. I know you're in there."
No, I'm not. Yeah, come in.
So she comes in. What's going on? Something's up with Ghostte.
Well, he found out the hard way, although I intended on telling him and the rest of you. It's about my past. The Sith is here, and they've come for me, and possibly Ghostte.
Are they trying to kill you?
No. They want to hire me. Again.
Well, what's so wrong with that?
I left the Sith. Not with their blessing, if you will.
Oh. Well, I don't know much about them, but they are quite strong. Are you sure we can evade them?
Well,
No.
no. Well, not anymore. The scene that we caused back on the Anthem drew a lot of unwanted attention, though I do not blame Ghostte for his actions. I probably would have done the same, given enough time. You know me as Bango Shett. However, the Sith knows me as Lord Hydrox. And now, so do you.
Oh. Well, if the Sith are here, then they must know we're here as well. Have they tried to contact you?
They sent a transmission long before our scene at the Anthem. I knew who it was from. That's why I didn't open it. They simply want to rehire me for the role of executioner.
Who was it that tried to contact you?
The Sith. Their leader, Darth Banix. He was once my master.
So you do know him.
More than anyone else.
Well then, maybe he's trying to help you.
The words Sith and help don't really coincide.
You may be right, but at this point, who else would take us in? The Jedi? The fugitives?
I know, I'm aware of that. That's why I'm trying to get Ghost back on this ship. It's best that we just leave.
I don't know. If we leave, then not only will we have the Anthem on us, but the Sith will come after us as well.
The Sith is much more worrisome than a ship full of mercenaries. We need damn it, not Bango, I'm Bango. We need Ghost back on this ship. I haven't even told him the full truth.
Really?
Only the first few parts.
I ran into him on the road. Ada's talking to him right now, I think. Speaking of which, she gets a ping on her data pad. She looks at it, reads the message, and goes, "Uh-oh. Oh boy. It's in all caps. If Arabesh has all caps."
I was just thinking that.
What is this? Ada just told me that Ghost fired her.
Seems he's firing everyone these days, including me.
But you're the XO. He can't fire you.
Well, perhaps not from working with him or for him, but as a companion, as a friend.
Oh, poor baby. Alright, well, I'll try to find Ada and make sure everyone comes back together. I think a meeting with the full crew is in order. I'll make arrangements.
I agree.
With that, Maya makes her exit.
Maya.
Ada, though conflicted, eventually makes her way back to the Vital Krayt. Ghost, what are you doing at this point?
Currently I'm probably in some local tavern or cantina. Spending some of the Vital Krayt funds on booze.
Okay. And you are keeping track of how much you're spending, right?
Yeah, at this point I haven't spent anything, but I have already transferred the credits.
Okay. Well, you gave the Felucians and C3 a lot of money, so
I have been keeping track of that.
okay. Just making sure. All right. So what we'll say is this. In this time of conflict, everyone slowly begins to gather. in the rec area, including Rosie, Moose, K3, who never actually left, Ada. Bear with me for just a second. Ada's there, Maya's there. All the Ewoks are there. C340 and Old Walkie. And of course, HK. Ah! Even the 2 pit crew droids are there, because this is a full, it's like a full camp meeting. Like, I will say, if I may, meetings like this between you guys don't happen very often, but when they do, it is quite serious.
It's super serial.
Super serial. I know he's a bomb, but Chipper will be there too.
Oh gosh.
And Bango, I assume.
Perfect time to detonate.
I assume since you agreed earlier, you will also meet up. Hello?
One more time, sorry.
I assume since you agreed earlier, you will also be meeting up.
Yeah, no, we will.
Matter of fact, K3 will kind of stand to the side as you begin to address your crew.
It's just going to be an intervention.
One final attempt is made, Ghost. You see a message from... Actually, this time it'll be from Maya because Ada's mad at you. The message basically says, we're having a meeting. You know full well what a meeting is and what it means. And she basically says that it would be very helpful and very important if you came. Like, we understand your frustration, blah, 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 blah. In other words, come on.
Come on. Just come on.
So I get a notification
Yes.
with that?
Yes.
I hate to be a dick, but I don't respond.
Okay. So you're ultimately choosing not to come to the meeting?
Yeah.
Is this your final answer? Because there will be no takebacks.
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Alright. So, wallowing in your feelings of conflict, Ghost.
Wallowing.
Taking up drink after drink. The rest of your crew assembles in the rec area. And based on recent events, are attempting to decide what to do next. Bango, you are addressing the entire crew. They they all have their own jobs to do, so very rarely do they all assemble like this at one time. So, when they do, it means it is rather important. So, how do you begin?
Well, not to make this cheesy, but
Sorry.
this may... What?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I haven't been fully truthful with all of you, though I still am. Yeah, your leader, one of them. Aren't we bosses to all these guys?
Yeah.
Except
so,
Moose, because Boost Moose Toos isn't allowed to say boss.
Not in front of strangers.
Oh, okay.
So, Ghost is the captain of the Vital Krayt. You're the executive officer. They're more or less, they're kind of the same. I mean, maybe captain has slightly high, I don't want to say higher rank, but they have other duties that the XO doesn't, and vice versa.
Okay.
So more
I
or
always
less,
made sure that we got paid the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
more or less, he doesn't outrank you. You're just a different. You're a leader. You're like the co-leader.
Well, no, right. I'm just making sure, like, you know, we value our employees.
We value our employees.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out how to the correct way to word this. Anyway, Ghost and I are still very much the heads of this ship, and will continue to be. Granted, he has not returned yet, but all of your jobs are still required. I have not been fully truthful, though I am not your enemy. I am Bango Shett, but I was once known as Lord Hydrox of the Sith. A Sith? What's a Sith? He says that quietly, though, so Bango can't hear him.
Snip, kind of, since he's the closest one to him, kind of just whispers something to him, basically giving him the answer.
And you know that and you didn't tell me? Never mind. Be quiet.
The boss is talking.
The boss is talking. What? Okay, he's not here. The boss is talking.
He's looking around for a ghost.
Suddenly he just goes flying.
I was once the executioner for the Sith. Just before I achieved the rank of Darth, I was ordered to slaughter my opponent. I refused. I didn't feel the need to. He didn't deserve it. The Master and the Sith didn't take too kindly to that decision. So, I was forcibly made to leave. So, technically I've been a refuge this entire time. You, however, have only just begun.
Sorry.
So, this is some rather, I don't want to say shocking, but it's some surprising news. There's some like indistinct chatter amongst the crew. Of course, one that remains stock silent throughout the entire thing, unsurprisingly, is HK91. But most of the others, however, are kind of talking amongst themselves like, whoa, what?
Take this information for what you will, but know this: no one outside of this ship must know. Ghost, I'm sure he's already figured it out by now. He is quite powerful with the Force, though I'm not sure if he realizes it. They may seek to hire him as well. This is why we need him on this ship. I want my friend back!
He just breaks down right there.
Oh man.
And that's all I say to the crew.
Okay. Alright. Well,
Colson, I'm messaging you in Discord.
okay.
I'm not looking.
Don't look.
I'm not looking. I'm even still on camera. You can see me on camera, and I'm not looking.
Oh my gosh. You can look at this, though.
Can I?
Yeah. Look at... That's all we see.
Oh, that's cool! That's cool. That's frightening, but that's cool.
I do believe that's what he's going for.
Those
Maybe.
are nipples.
You're still messaging
What?
me, right?
Yeah, what are y'all talking about?
Your picture, like with the lights off, you look like this masked hoodlum. Well, not hoodlum, but villain. It kind of fits what's going on in the
Are
session
you doing
right
this
now.
on purpose?
No, the lights are just off. That's just my glasses.
Okay, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I'm gonna send, dude. Oh, okay, I thought you were doing this on purpose. Oh God. It's kind of like. Sorry, Cole. Oh God. Hold on.
I took a screenshot as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, there was only like 3 or 4 dots, signifying like it looked like all we could see is your eyes. Hold on. I'm sending it. Like, we can't see actual features of your face. We just see the reflection. And at first, there were just 2 white dots. Not like 4 like you'll see in the picture. It was just 2 white dots that look like eyes.
Ah! He went away.
I was like, that's so cool. I thought you were doing it on purpose. Like, okay, that's cool. That looks like Ghost. Anyway.
It fits.
I messaged you, Cole.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
Okay. Ooh, I just realized I'm streaming Discord on the video. It's okay. I can like black it out or something.
Hopefully they don't catch me picking my nose earlier. Because I definitely was.
I wasn't looking.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm not looking.
Oh boy.
But Colson, I want to.
I'm not looking.
Oh boy.
Oh.
But I want
Now-
to.
I cannot stop you, but hear me out.
Uh-oh.
Based on your interactions, it can be implied that the... I don't know if I want to say this in front of you or not.
Do I need to leave?
Nah, it's okay. Based on your interactions, it can be assumed that the people who are trying to contact and possibly even recruit you, they are in control of this settlement. Which, Bango, I assume you would have figured that out as well.
Yeah.
So, that may not be the best move. However, if you insist on doing it, I can't stop you. But I will say, there also may be consequences if you do.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Oh gosh, what is he doing?
Alright.
What's he doing?
Chris, I actually need you to step out of the room for a minute.
Oh gosh. What are you doing? Oh no.
I didn't
Oh wait, I can kind of
didn't
see the
expect
glowing
this.
eyes now.
I didn't expect this.
Oh, okay. Text me or something.
Okay. So,
Hold on.
Keith, you're technically not at the Black Melon. But
Right.
just to save time, we'll just use the same drawing. So, describe to me how you do this.
Well, basically, I'm sitting at the bar, and
We'll say the bar.
I want to say this cantina has a lot of people in it. It's kind of just like an old, run-down cantina
Oh, okay.
that everybody goes to the better ones. This one isn't the one that is most popular by any means.
Okay.
And so I'd say there's probably like maybe five other people there. No live band or anything like that. It's not a hopping place.
Right.
And I'm sitting at the bar and I just cannot get it out of my head. And I cannot calm down.
Okay.
So it gets to the point where I squeeze the glass so hard it shatters in my hand. And I see the blood trickling from my palm.
Okay.
And anger just officially overcomes me at that point.
Okay.
And then I look to the nearest person next to me.
The nearest person would actually be the bartender.
Okay, I grab the bartender and slam their head down in the broken glass as hard as I can, just over and over.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, I just go fucking psycho on these people.
So as you're slamming this guy's head down, he just starts going, ah, ah, ah! You know, just screaming in fear and agony, until he slumps to the floor. And then so you're going psycho. Like, these are the rest of the patrons, right? You're going psycho. You're we'll say you even sling some of these at the wall like that, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You kill this guy, you kill this guy. I'm just giving you some visuals. Kill this guy. And also, we'll say you use the, what is that power called? I know I should know it. Where lightning jumps from your weapon.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So as you behead this guy, the lightning jumps and even hits these two. Roleplay purposes.
Yeah.
And then you run over here and use another power that sends these 5 people flying. There we go. Just throw them one at a time. And then these guys end up going through the wall. If that's okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go ahead and flip these guys as well. And with your casting of lightning and other stuff, using force, speed, etc., the place starts to catch fire. And you're not in danger of being burned yourself, but you begin to just get surrounded with flames.
Ooh, hey, Cole.
Yeah?
Could this be, and again, it's totally up to you. I know I've already asked a lot in this session. Could this be where I get damaged to where I eventually require the mask?
Not yet. I have thought about that, but that has not come yet.
Okay.
So, taking in this scene, being surrounded by flames and dead bodies, what do you wish to do next?
I'd like to roll to see if I could feel the presence of Darth Bannock.
I was just about to get to that, so how about this? We will say, satisfied with your work, you begin to make your exit. And it's at this point that you feel, as you're walking out, you begin to feel a dark presence. Similar to your own, but much more, at this point in time, much more potent. You walk out to see a figure dressed in ornate yet almost menacing attire, as you see none other than the Dark Lord himself, standing before you. About...
Let me see him. Can you zoom in?
Yes, I will. Standing about 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away. You look to see him in his full attire. The hood, the robes, the ornate dark side mask, and two particular objects clasped to his belt. If you want to make me a lore check, you can.
Not good. I got a 3.
3? Okay. So, you know what? I'll be nice. This time you can have advantage.
14.
14? Okay. That's probably good enough. You've heard rumors of such a weapon, but you've probably never seen one for yourself. He has 2 of them, however, clasped to his belt.
Okay.
Making no attempt to use them, however. He's just simply observing you for a moment before you hear him pipe up, and he says,
You are quite powerful, but you need to learn restraint.
So you said I feel like I can feel him,
yeah,
greatly.
You can sense his presence, and it's a similar dark presence to yours. However, at this point in time, it's more potent per se.
So I kind of look up at him as the flames are rising behind me, and I look up at him in fear, and I say, "What's become of me?"
You have heard the call of the dark side, as I did many years ago. I can teach you to harness its power. I can show you the ways of the Force.
I simply bow, and I say, "Yes, my master."
Good. Very good. Rise, my apprentice. There is much work to be done.
So you pretty much told the crew to be on the lookout for Ghost, and if they see him, try to bring him back, or at the very least let you know. So we'll say you're also, if you're okay with it, you're also looking yourself. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to bring with you specifically?
Bring Moose.
I will bring Moose and HK with me.
Okay.
And Chipper.
And Chipper. Alright. So, everyone is fanned out, and they're looking for the captain, Ghost. Let's see, HK.
Maybe I could just leave Moose on the ship.
Nah, I'll bring him with you.
No, I'll bring him with me.
So, I'm gonna split up the gang so they can search for clues. Does Moose bring Rosie with him?
Yes.
Okay. Bear with me. Actually, we'll say, so Old Walkie and C3 are also looking. They're kind of off somewhere else. Ada and Maya go together. I know this is a little tedious, but bear with me. The ones that stay behind are... Because, I mean, someone's got to watch the ship. K3 stays behind. Goes back to the holo projector. The Ewoks kind of stand guard, not outside the ship, but kind of close within it. In the cargo bay. And the 2 pit crew... Actually, so the Ewoks will be inside. The 2 pit crew droids will be monitoring outside. There we go. Okay, so everyone taking their respective positions. And, of course, this is not to scale.
Yeah.
But, Bango, you take your...
To scale?
You take your, I guess, your troop with you, your party. It's at this point, kind of walking down the road, you start to feel a disturbance in the Force. Oh, and if I remember correctly, it's now nighttime. So yeah,
Nighttime?
the moon, I don't remember how many moons Tatooine has, but at least one of them is kind of reflecting off of your carapace, because, you know, you're a whale, you're pearly.
I thought it was 2 moons.
It might be 2 moons, but point is, the moonlight is shining down on you. You're really pearly, so it kind of reflects back. It's at this point you start to feel a disturbance in the Force. More specifically, a surge in the dark side.
I move towards that feeling.
Okay. Moving toward that feeling, that disturbance, you see a somewhat horrific sight. You see that of a cantina, not the Black Melon, but one of, I guess, similar size. You see several. Well, before that, the place is ablaze. It's on fire. The place will come down at any minute. Sensing through the Force, you can detect multiple casualties from within. As you can no doubt guess, your companion, Ghostte, has unleashed his fury.